it, really.
We could talk to David Tattersall.
Oh, we could, yeah. Hello, David. How are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, mate. So, tell you what, I mean, we're going to get to the whys and wherefores of this session. We've played one tune already, and it sounded wonderful. We've got another one coming up next, which is My Lovely, which we have been playing from your album. But at this point in time, with a session, we would normally say, introduce your bandmate. So I think we should probably do that anyway.
Yeah, well, we've got Holly Holden on backing vocals, David Beauchamp doing most of the drumming, Dominic Bryder playing harmonica, singing lead vocals, like on Fresh Evening Rain. That's him singing lead vocals. He does a little bit of drumming too, so they kind of mix it up. Paul Raines on piano, Franek Rosicki, of course, the great Franek Rosicki on bass guitar, and me.
So it's a supergroup.
It certainly is.
Okay, so we'll talk about the other bands that you've been involved with, and that will take a while. But the David Tattersall Group, what brought this particular adventure on in the first place?
We made this album 4 years ago, so it's almost difficult to remember why we did it in the first place. But right. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time, and so we all got together and started rehearsing and. Then recorded it on a boat, and then it's taken 4 years for it to come out because of world events and various other things and stuff. So I almost couldn't remember what it was, and then went back and relearned it all, and we've been touring. We've done 3 shows so far, and it's going great so far.
Okay, I mean,
it's been kind of fun. It's just been different than anything else, having a break like that, but it's all good. Turned out to be really fun.
Yeah, but what differentiates this record, would you say, from particularly the Wave Pictures, which we've known you for forever and a day?
Well, you just get different chemistry with different people. It just completely changes the character of it. It's got, I don't know, maybe more of a pastoral feeling, less urban angst, more like country vibes. Stoner vibes, and I don't know what distinguishes it, but it feels different. Just different people make things feel different.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny Huddersfield Helm isn't on this album. He's the other member of the Wave Pictures who, like I say, isn't featured on this particular record. Drumming. Hello there, Johnny. But talking of Helm, just a coincidence, of course, but this LP, if anybody, it reminds me a little bit of the band featuring Levon Helm.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe that's what it's all about.
That's the kind of vibe that we wanted, but that in no way to diss Johnny Helm or the Helm family. But yeah, definitely a little bit of a country vibe, a kind of like music from Big Pink or whatever. Yeah, that kind of thing. Willie Nelson, we were listening to a lot of Willie Nelson at the time.
I'll tell you what would have really upset...
And a bit Ronnie Lane, had that in a British way. Ronnie Lane we got a song called Ronnie on there that's named after Ronnie Lane. He had a bit of that kind of country vibes, but in a British kind of a way.
Right, okay. I mean, is Levon Helm still alive?
No, he's not.
Right, okay.
He's not.
Okay.
No, he's not, no.
I was going to say, what would upset Johnny a lot?
Any of them are now. I think they're all gone now, the band, I think.
No.
Maybe Garth Hudson is still alive. I think the rest have all gone.
Who'd have thunk it? Garth Hudson is the last man standing of the band. Yeah.
I was going to say that Johnny would be most upset if you did replace him with Levon Helm, but obviously that isn't even possible.
I'd rather have Johnny Helm any day of the week than Levon Helm, even if Levon Helm was available and alive and all that.
One of the things about being so busy as you are, David, and long may it continue in terms of making records with different people, I'd like to ask you about a record you made on your own, which I think absolutely great, the John Fahey-inspired LP. Were you pleased with that, and is it something you'll return to again soon or at some point?
Yeah, I was never happy with my own playing on a record called Little Martha that I made. Of that kind of stuff, that kind of acoustic instrumental stuff about 10 years ago. This one, the more recent one, the John Fahey covers one, On the Sunny Side of the Ocean it's called. I was really happy with it. I really got the slightly more relaxed feeling in my play. I mean, it's not for me to judge anyway, and someone else might disagree, but I was really happy with this one. I imagine it's something that I might do again. I just have to see, if I'm in the right mood.
Yeah, and well, as I say, we've totted up all your appearances on Six Music in terms of different combinations and different sessions, and there are plenty of them. So if you want to mix up any more combinations in terms of your appearances, and that's fine. Are you always aware of what you want to do next? Where you're going to go after this thing?
No, I don't know what I'm doing. I just I feel like I know when I get there, but I don't plan or look ahead really.
Right, okie dokie. And so this new record is on the Bella Union label.
Yes.
And is the future Way Pictures records going to be on the same outlet?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and so we were talking about this, and you said that this session that you were playing tonight was perhaps the favourite session that you've done for the BBC. And they go back a long way. You were telling me that you went back into the same studio in Maida Vale where you did your very first session.
Yes, I was, it's kind of an emotional thing, really. A band called Herman June, they invited me to play on a John Peel session with them. And it's 20 years ago now. I mean, it's 20 years ago that happened. And we recorded the session. They did one of my songs as well as 4 of their own songs, which was a very generous, nice thing to do. And so I was suddenly I was at Maida Vale, and we went out for dinner with John Peel afterwards, which was just a fantastic experience. I was too shy to speak. I couldn't speak around him, but he was very nice, a very nice, friendly guy and everything. And when we did this session, the David Tattersall Group session, we were back in the same room at Maida Vale that I had done the session with Herman June 20 years ago. So the same studio at Maida Vale, which is my favourite studio there. It's a really nice one. I forget what number it is. But it was just a very lovely day, and all my friends, everyone was very happy, and I thought we played really well, and the engineer was lovely, and I just thought, this is the best session I've done. I thought that's what I thought at the time.
Fantastic.
But you all look very happy outside with you particularly sticking your tongue out, mate.
What's going on there?
We were all, we were just all very happy and having a lovely day. I have no idea why my tongue was sticking out. I haven't seen the pictures myself, so I don't know what happened. But I know we were in high spirits. It was a jolly affair. Everyone was very happy, and it just felt really good to play and be in that. It's a wonderful place to record, and it was wonderful memories of 20 years ago, and nice to be making new memories and all that. So it was just lovely day.
And one thing that springs to mind, mate, and you've been in bands for a long time now, the certain amount of naivety did creep in there, because you must know that when people do photo shoots with bands, they look all moody and try and get the best angle, and then they'll say, just pull a funny face, just one. we won't use it. Obviously, we won't use it. And then you do that, and then of course, Richard Hawley's got a good story about that. And so, just to warn you, don't do it again.
That's what the only picture.
I don't mind looking silly, all that looking moody. Yeah. It's not for me.
You see, the only picture you see of Albert Einstein, he's got his tongue out.
There you go.
I'll say the only one, but more or less the only one.
The best
one. They
one.
call me the Albert Einstein of rock.
Well,
no, you call yourself that. Nobody else does. Right, you are touring, David.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got the dates here, which would be the 3rd of November, London Boston Music Room.
On the 8th, at the Old Hairdressers in Glasgow.
On the 9th, Manchester Gullivers.
Bedford Esquires, the 10th.
The 11th, Brighton West Hill Hall.
Ramsgate Music Hall on the 12th of November.
Finishing off at the Cumberland Arms in Newcastle on the 17th of November.
All part of the service, you see, David. We read those out for you.
Brilliant, thank you.
Well, it's the least we can do. Thanks so much for this session.
Yeah.
My pleasure, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, pleasure, mate. You take care. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There we go. David Tattersall, and this is the David Tattersall Group in session for this programme, and My Lovely.